Walking Dead Season 8 is fast approaching, but not approaching fast enough. I have stopped watching Fear the Walking Dead. It has officially lost my interest. And yeah, I don't think it's going to get it back. It's just not all that interesting.
Honestly, I stopped watching it when the 5th episode came out.
So you almost made it through season 1.
Yep.
It's just, yeah, I kind of feel like it's very directionless, and it's kind of making the same mistakes that The Walking Dead main show is making. That
it's
we're going to
just The Walking Dead is better.
Yeah, it's better.
It has more attention to it than the other one. It's like, oh, yeah.
And the whole point was to kind of reset things and show you how they got to where they were, like at the beginning of Walking Dead, when Rick wakes up months later and the world has already gone to pot. Now, Fear the Walking Dead gets there at the end of season 1. There's basically no reason to keep watching the show after season 1 because you're pretty much there already.
Yeah. Also, I don't know about you. I didn't like any of the characters.
I didn't like most of them.
I just like the one that I kind of liked a little bit was the heroin addict.
Yeah, I'm same thing.
It was like the mom was just kind of everywhere. The sister was just dumb. The dad's like, oh, I have 2 families. I need to keep track of both families. They all need to be safe. Where's my son? And then the other son is just like, oh, I hate you, Dan. And then, like, I don't know, something happens. It's like, don't leave me. It's like, shut up.
That's Matt's summary for season
1 is just a bunch of whiners. You know, like, when Rick came into the world of the dead, he didn't cry about it. He got hit in the head with a shovel.
That's how you...
Like a man.
That's how you start a zombie apocalypse show.
What was it? Didn't, like, 28 Days start like that, kind of?
No, I don't know. Never seen it.
Oh. I think it's, like, the same premise.
I would argue that the last probably 3 seasons of Walking Dead has had this problem where they take the ensemble cast and split everyone up. Some people are in Alexandria, some people are out on salvaging missions, other people are hooking up with each other. There's just way too many subplots going on that honestly sometimes feels like a lot of filler. There are just too many times when we don't see the group all together. And I think the writers might have been trying to do something along the lines of, well, let's just get everyone together during the really big moments of the show. I don't think anyone watching the show actually wants that. But that's what they've decided to do. Thankfully, season 8 looks like they are going to get away from that mode of storytelling. It looks like, according to Scott Gimple, who's the showrunner, he stated, the season finale last year, seeing all the characters together interacting as one was thrilling. It was exciting to see all these configurations of characters we hadn't seen before. Now, and I guess talking about season 8, said this is that times a million. So, and I feel like season 7 was necessary as, and this is a really good summary. I wanted to get this out here. Eric Watson, who writes for Polygon.com, boiled it down like this. The entire plot of season 7 can be boiled down to this. Our Alexandrians are unhappy being subjugated by the Saviors. They try to unite the communities around them, mostly failing. Negan and the Saviors are jerks. Our group finds some guns. a fight between Rick and the gang with the Saviors finally breaks out. That's about it, yet it took 16 episodes, and many of those longer than 60 minutes to tell. I think that honestly, when you put it that way, as much as I loved season 7 with Negan being introduced and seeing all those cool Negan moments, when you really break it down, that's what happens in season 7. Translation, not that much. But I do feel it was necessary to set up for season 8, and season 8, if you watched season 7 or at least the season finale, you know that everything is heading towards all-out open war between the Saviors versus everyone else. Alexandria, Hilltop, the Kingdom, they're all coming together. And there's some interesting subplots that are actually happening now with, is his name Gregory? Who was head of the Hilltop, and now it seems like he's abandoned the Hilltop, and he's going to turn on Maggie and the others.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good subplot to start in season 7, and because I'm genuinely interested to find out what's going to happen with that character, because I want to see nasty things happen to him. I really do. I really want to just see him get what's coming to him.
Are we talking
just walkers,
like Glenn nasty, or like the that guy Noah with the zombie tearing his jaw?
Oh my goodness! Yeah, how come the main characters, the ones that we get attached to and like, those are the ones that we see die horrible deaths, and yet when it comes to someone like the governor, he just gets shot in the back of the head? That's too clean.
Because the good have to suffer.
That's too clean. I want to see a bad guy die a really horrible, gruesome death. So yeah, let's have Gregory be the first. Like, maybe if there's a way for him to be burned alive while being eaten by zombies, and maybe even crushed to death at the same time. Like,
oh man.
Yeah. I don't like him, you might say.
I want to see Negan kill another major person, because at this point I don't care about anyone else except Maggie. Maggie has to live because Glenn has to live on.
I think he can kill anyone except for 3 people. And I know 2 of those people are safe. Can't kill Rick. Can't kill Carl. And I'm going to say you can't kill Daryl at this point. If you're going to kill off Daryl, you have to wait at least a couple more seasons. Just because he was the same level as Glenn as far as popularity goes. Maybe even
Judith.
more so.
Zombies are coming for you.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my. Judith is hardly in the show. It's like they trot her out when they need to have, stakes are raised. Rick's family's in trouble. He has a daughter.
How entertaining would it be to look at Baby? You get all this exciting dialogue and plot, and all these action scenes going on, and then you switch over to Carl just burping his baby sister. It's oh, it's okay.
But you know what I'm saying? They only bring out Judith. They only show Judith long enough to be like, oh yeah, I forgot. Rick's got a daughter.
See, I'd use a baby as just
a distraction.
They need to be in constant fear, because I feel like Judith has been much quieter than most babies will ever be.
Realistically, yes.
That baby should be attracting every walker ever, and they should be under constant hordes, unless they just dope Judith so that she doesn't cry.
Wow.
In which case, that's gonna be a really rough childhood.
You do what you have to do to survive in this world.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. Another would, plenty of condoms lying around in the end of the world. If you're gonna at least wrap up, there's no need to risk other people's lives just for 5
You do,
fun minutes.
but you do have to worry about the future of the human race also.
Well, yeah, do that when you're secure. Don't do that when you're on the road.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like, the whole talk between Abraham and Sarah potentially having kids. It's like
potentially is good.
Well,
They're
you
not
can
safe.
talk about it for the future,
They're never safe.
but it's interesting to me how it was during a time when they're trying to get Maggie, who's having difficulty during her pregnancy, to a doctor, and they're being cut off everywhere they go by the saviors. That's when you want to talk about having a kid?
Yeah, because it's super easy.
But I'm looking forward to this change. I seriously want to see. You have 4 groups now. You've got Alexandria, Hilltop, Kingdom. Don't know why I find it so hard to think of that one, but Kingdom is the third one, and then you have the Saviors. You have, if you need to jump around locations in the same episode, you've got plenty of locations to do it. You don't have to then take those locations and divide them up further. You even have the all women camp that you can go to, although at this point they have all their guns. Unless they're going to be fighting alongside them, I don't really see a reason to keep bringing them up. Also the Junkers, those crazy people. So you've got 6 groups that you can follow that you don't need to fragment any more than they already are.
Did the wolves get killed off?
That's a good question. Because the wolves really only attacked one time.
And they found their zombie trap.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cannibals. I remember they followed Rick's group and but they went into the church, and then Rick killed all of them.
They were done in 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah. And then there was Beth. I forgot about her.
The hospital.
Yeah, there was that. Yeah, I don't think it was ever explained what happened to the wolves because Morgan let the dude go, didn't he?
I think it did come down to him.
Yeah,
no, he sacrificed himself to save what's her name?
I don't know, someone who died.
No, he saved older lady Carol.
Oh. Yeah, it's just the guy who was
or was it Denise who died later on?
I don't know. I feel like it was someone who died. I think
okay.
it was the
Denise.
big lady in charge of the stock who got shot in the head.
Denise.
Yeah. I don't know. I know the main group kind of. Everyone else is just Alexandria person. The king. There's really only 2 kingdom people. Honestly, it's the dude who's head of the security, and then the dude with the lion, tiger.
Right. King.
Yeah.
Ezekiel.
Yes. I knew it was a biblical sounding name.
Yeah, I think you've got plenty of fracturing to tell a story, so stick to that. No more of this. We've got 3 or 4 subplots per group going on. You don't need it that much.